happens. Please return Bubbles, your flight attendant, to her fully upright and locked position. Wait a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seat and buckle up. Seat backs and tray tables in their full upright position. It's another episode of Skip Happens. Your weekly view from 30,000 feet. From the first music lesson to the first paid gig to signing the deal, it's the journey that is the life of an artist. Now, here's your captain and co-captain, a.k.a. your hosts, Skip Clark and Deb Lamphere.
That's her. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Skip Happens, and here we are, and we're all giddy tonight because you know what? Usually we have artists on here, and usually it's like the first time we've met them, we've chatted with them, maybe just a little bit before we went on the air, but not with this young lady right over there.
I'm back.
Deb, here's the thing. She knows the good side of us. She knows the bad side of us. She's seen it all, the craziness. But Kat Velasco is with us, and Kat, we hung out quite a bit in Nashville last year. Well, I don't even know if it was a year ago yet, but no, I don't think it was. But we had so much fun. Kat is an independent artist. She's working very hard. She's on the verge of making that big move from South Carolina to Nashville.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
I'm so excited.
So pumped. First of all, how are you? Things good?
Things are good. Things are awesome. I just released probably one of my favorite songs I've ever gotten to, perform and sing and create. And so things are really good. I'm definitely terrified to move to Nashville, but I'm ready to go. I've gotten myself in the mindset of like not being completely terrified.
I was going to say, why would you be terrified? You've been there. You've done it. You've been putting singles out to radio. But why would you be terrified? Just because you're doing it all on your own?
I think so. I think it's just, I don't know if terrified is the right word. I think it's more of just, it's more of like anxious to see kind of what happens because, like the last time I left South Carolina, I went to the University of Alabama, and my brothers still say I studied abroad at Alabama because I wasn't there long. I was only there for a year, but yeah, so and this is something that, this is my dream, and this is what I've, prayed for and hoped for forever. So it's really cool. It's really cool to be in this place, but it's just kind of like a crazy feeling.
It's just that fear of the unknown.
Time out. 1 minute here. 1 second. Take a look to the screen. John Williard. Do you remember John?
Yes.
We
talk on Facebook all the time.
Yeah, he goes, does Kat know that show intro voice is her friend, John Williard?
Wait, that's him?
That's him.
That when we have that intro in the beginning, it's awesome. Hi, John. How are you? Thank you for doing that.
John, you're here with us, pretty much. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And he says, I met her amazing self and her impressive brother as well at CRS 2023. He's great.
So kind.
And, John, I look up to John. John is doing something I've always wanted to do. And we know that, John, if you are ever to hit that CMA stage, and I'm sure you will someday, but if it was a few years ago, John would have been the voice. When you watch it on TV, it goes, coming up, Kat Velasco, and blah, blah. That was John Williard. How cool is that?
That is awesome. If I ever want, I'd be like, that's my friend who just announced me.
Yeah. Oh, he is the man.
He's the man. We love him very much. Everything about him is just phenomenal. So he's a good guy.
I mean, John, and of course you two, everyone I got to meet at CRS really did it kind of changed everything for me in March. So it's definitely for the better.
It's quite the experience. That is.
It is. And can I ask, and Deb, you can interject as we go here, but you as an artist, Kat, going to something that was really radio focused and a lot to do with the music, was that you went on your own dime. Is that yeah, I know it hurt the pocket, I'm sure. But how beneficial was it for you to go and do that?
Like I said, it was completely, it was day and night to my music career. I got to see just how I said this earlier. I don't remember who I was talking to, but I was talking to someone. I was like, I was reminded, and I was kind of told for the first time that radio and country music is really a family. And it pushed me that much more to want to be a part of that family because of how kind and incredible and like the labels, the artists, and radio, everyone just they care so much about radio, and that's so important. And it really changed my whole even the song release, I've just been like so patient and so calm about everything of like, hey, I've got all of these great interviews set up with my friends and with people that I got to meet. And that's what I'm focused on. That's what I want to give back to, because those are the people that, showed up and that were there and that were willing to talk to me when I was there on my own dime and I was there as an independent artist. So it's incredible. It was awesome.
Well, it was incredible having you there hanging with us, because I needed somebody to guide me out of the bar and down the hall.
I needed someone to just guide me around. I don't know what I would have done without the two of you. Seriously.
It's a two-way street. We became really good friends, you and your brother and everybody. It was just so cool to be there. So let's talk about the new single. Tell us all about it. The title is?
It's Lifetime Lover. I don't know. I decided to release it on October 13th, so Friday the 13th, because I was like, love is scary, life is scary, my life right now is scary, so let's do it on this superstitious day, Friday the 13th. So it's been a journey. It's crazy because I had Cassidy Adams, she's the writer of the song, and this is the first time one of her songs that she wrote has been ever sang or ever put out or anything. She messaged me on Instagram, and it's just, the positive parts of social media, like keeping up with you guys. And then I get random DMs from incredibly talented people like Cassidy, and we just sat down and wrote together, and she sang me the song, and I was like,
just fell in love with it like that.
I wrote this for you. And I was like, no, you didn't. Like, I was like, this is incredible. And so it's cool to be in a place in my music career right now to be able to help someone else, because I remember those people that were there at the beginning of mine that helped me and that are still just so influential. And it's just cool. I mean, I have her whole family who's like tuning into everything, and she's like, it's awesome because she's a great writer, and now she has a little bit more confidence to keep writing. And the song is powerful. It really is. And it's a good song to listen to in the car. That's my 2 check marks. It's gotta be powerful words, and you gotta want to listen to it in the car. So it has those 2 things. And it was just, it's really fun. It's like, it kind of leaves you guessing. Lifetime Lover. It's like, what is that? So you gotta just listen to it, and hopefully everyone loves it and sees, the value in it that I do.
And is there any relationship with you in that song a little bit? Yes,
100%. So when she sang,
you don't want to, I get it.
Oh, I will. I'll spill the tea, especially with you guys. But no, so during that time, I was going through a breakup, and it was a really, really tough one. And I'm not gonna lie, like he wears leather jackets, and he's also a performer. He's a great guy, but it was just a hard breakup. It was a tough time. And she sang me that song, and I was like, I was looking for a lifetime lover, who's someone who's just obviously wasn't the person for me. And then now I'm in a place where I am in a relationship with somebody right now, and it's really cool because it seems like night and day, kind of what I was saying earlier. But it's like, wow, she was going through something really hard in her relationship. Now she's married and just bought a house. And at that time that she wrote that song, it was a tough time for her.
Yeah.
And then whenever she sang it for me, it was a tough time for me. And now I'm out of it. So it's like, imagine what that can do to connect with listeners and people going through things like that. I mean, if it spoke to me and it spoke to her, it's got to speak to someone else.
That's what country is, right?
Yes, exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Really, you can relate to someone.
Yes. Got to be relatable. Yeah. How exciting. How exciting for you. Now, on the verge of making that move, and I'll go ahead, Deb.
Oh, no, you're good. I was saying earlier her song was relatable because we kind of were saying the same thing at the same time. We do that every once in a while.
It was a burp I heard. I don't know.
We think a lot alike. I mean, there's so many times when I'll go to ask a question and he's asking the question that I wanted to ask, or vice versa.
And you're just like, I didn't get there first.
Yes.
My problem is I don't shut up. And yeah, see, I told you.
He could take a breather every once in a while.
Yeah.
I just cut him off now. He gave me permission.
I have yes, she can do that because sometimes I need that. Sometimes, all right, just stop. But, making the move to Nashville, you said you found an apartment. I know there's a lot of people that watch this that want to do what you're doing.
Right.
You make that move, you got to make that move. But then, what about furniture and all that? You found a place that was fully furnished.
Yes.
So all you got to do is take a backpack.
Yo, I literally just a back. Yes.
The backpack is just the makeup and the hair equipment.
I'm like, I wish it were just a backpack, but unfortunately, not for us girls. I've got so many boots that would not fit in a backpack.
You don't have to take them all at once.
But I literally just Googled furnished apartment in Nashville, and I just started doing research, and it's taken a couple months, and it's also taken me a couple months to get to a place where I'm like, okay, I'm mentally ready, I'm physically ready. I feel like I'm in a good place where I'm ready to go do this, because when I'm going to do this, I'm going full speed and I'm not looking back. And I thought it was going to be sooner, but it worked out the way that it did. And now I'm fully ready. Like, I'm antsy to go, and I'm going in 3 weeks. And I'm like twiddling my thumbs. I'm here in my studio at my parents' house, and I'm just like, when am I going to go? But I am thankful for this time. But yeah, no, it's going to be fun. And I'm thinking about it in the best, most positive way. When you guys come to CRS next year, I'll be living there. So
you're going to be a pro by that point.
Hey, do you want to rent a room? I'm just to say for CRS. I'm just
wait. I have a question.
All right.
I'll tell you. So you're going to move there in 3 weeks.
Yes.
Give us an idea on what's your agenda for the month of November. Do you have co-writes set up? Are you playing in bars? Are you traveling, hiking? What do you envision for your first 30 days?
So I have 2 writers rounds already set up. One is like the first week I'm there, and then one of my producers, Justin Eason, is just a really good family friend. Like, grew up with him, and he grew up with my family, so that's how we kind of got in touch. And his wife's little sister has become one of my very best friends. So it feels like I already have a little family there, and I'm just really excited to finally be able to plant my roots there and really get to know people. You know what I mean? Because there's a difference between going. I mean, I've been there and stayed there for 2 months before, but it's like, I know that there's a date that I'm leaving. Now it's like, this is home. Like, this is where I'm creating my home. And so I have a couple of writers rounds set up. I have a lot of co-writes set up. A lot of co-writes with people in Charleston that also have rent a room in Nashville as well. So we're writing together already. So I get to go and kind of bring that in to Nashville and with some other writers in Nashville. So yeah, I'm just kind of going with the flow at this point. I'm just like, I can't wait to see who is placed in my life and who I get to meet. And because so far it's been great. I mean, I met you guys, so
I don't know if that's good or bad, but I can tell you, I'm listening to every word you're saying, and you know what else I'm hearing? Party at Cats.
We'll be there.
I have to have a party at mine, 100%.
I know, exactly. Go ahead.
Do you have a day job, so to speak, lined up, or?
Yes. So I took a little bit of time this year before I started releasing my music, and I've been working back in finance. So I've been doing, which is what I did before I started. I don't know if people are aware of that, but started with music full time. But so I'm back with that, and I can do that remote. And then whenever I come home, I'll definitely come back to Columbia. I'll definitely work in the office when I'm here. And yeah, so I'll be doing that a good bit, but it's more of like administrative work, and I've been doing it for so long, and I really enjoy it. And it's my brother William, so he keeps me in shape and keeps me in check. But he's also, like, you guys know, he's like my best friend. So it's going to be cool. And it's going to be great when he comes to visit and you guys are there too. It's going to be a fun time.
Well, we got to make sure it's that week or whenever, we'll make all plus Deb is there quite often anyhow. But
yes.
I stay in the but pretty much Deb makes that trip every other week. So so I mean, your music now, this isn't your first effort putting music out. But so you've got this one. Do you have some in the closet ready to be released, or
Yes, I have 3 waiting. I have 2 I'm waiting to get to Nashville to record. I mean, I'm just like, it's been a very, very I mean, I think last time I talked to you, I was on like a writer's block for a long time. And I think it was because I was very nervous to co-write. So I wasn't really pushing and challenging myself, to get that next level to co-write with people, because I was like, I'm scared. But I finally kind of put myself out there and started co-writing, and man, like words just literally started pouring out of me. I think this song that I co-wrote with Mel Washington, who's a good friend, is probably some of the best work that I've ever done. It's straight from the heart. It's about moving to Nashville. It's deep, and it's really, it means a lot to me. So I've got songs waiting that I'm really wanting to, you guys know me. I'm wanting to put it out right now, but I'm like, I gotta focus on what's out, and just kind of sit back and let it do its thing and see how the reactions are. And so far it's been great and it's been positive. So hopefully it continues to be that way.
It will. It's just going to go from there.
Yes. I did it recently. I want to tell you guys this because I know you guys were with me when we saw Lainey Wilson perform at CRS.
Yes.
And this past week I went to perform, or when the day of the release, I went to perform at a radio station in Charleston, and they were like, oh yeah, by the way, the last person we invited in who sat there was Lainey Wilson in 2018. And I was like, the first thing I did say was like, I have a big seat to fill, I guess. I was like, so
no, you sat in the good luck seat. There you go.
So that was super, super cool, because she's one of my idols. And I just remember I immediately thought of like how I got to see her, and I had no idea I was going to see her perform. And I was like, oh my gosh, she's awesome. And I know that her road was a little bit different, but she never stopped and she kept working. And that's just someone I look up to. So
she is somebody that everybody should listen to. We had her on the podcast here a while ago, or I did. And she talked about her journey and living in the camper, and she was ready to give up, but still there was that little bit of her that said, no, I got to keep going. It's a good thing she did. Now look at her. And the thing with Lainey, she was just here at our New York State Fair back in August on the 23rd. She opened up the fair, and we walked backstage. She remembered, it was Skip, how are you? And and she had my Skip Happens mugs on the bus. I'm like, yo,
that's so cool.
She told me, she goes, no, I really do. I use them every day. I went, oh my God. Because she performed at a bar, I want to say earlier in the year, a smaller venue, but I gave her the mugs then, and I said, here, put these on your bus, and they use them every day. So,
well, I want some mugs first.
You don't want a mug?
Oh yeah.
Oh no, we'll take care of you on that.
Yeah.
We'll get what we need to get when we get done today, and I'll make sure you're all set on that.
That and the salted potatoes.
Oh my God, I forgot all about those.
Did you not send those salted potatoes?
They got lost. I think they got lost in the mail.
That was a big conversation.
Right.
It was but it was funny because you sent me. I guess it made me happy because you thought about me because you were making salted potatoes.
Oh no! It was at the ball game. It was at the ball game, and we were sitting there, and I went and got salt potatoes. That's a big thing here in the Northeast. Salt potatoes. It's the little potatoes and salt water, and they got butter.
See, that's like my dream. That's all I need, right?
Oh my God. I had them at the baseball game, and all of a sudden I thought of you. I didn't even realize, and I took the picture and I texted to you.
Yes. That made me so happy. That was awesome. But
I got to get you.
Wait till she gets in her new apartment, and then
I'll just come visit. I'll just come visit you guys and try the salted potatoes when I come visit, because I feel like they're better. I feel like they're better fresh, right? Are they?
Yep. We'd love to have you anytime you want to make the trip to the Northeast. You know, the door is always open. It's always open at the Wolf, where I work. You know, we'll get you in, we'll get you on, and do what we need to do. But you're so talented, just everything about you and your personality, very outgoing. You know, for a young woman, you're ready to take on the world, and that's awesome. So proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Know you and all that. I know. And now we can go down to bar lines and have another drink. Do you still keep in touch with, for example, it was Frank Ray and those guys, Alex Miller?
Yes. Alex Miller, yes. We still talk on Instagram, and then he texted me and I think he had congratulated me for something, and I congratulated him for his new tour that he's on. I went to see Frank when he in Savannah when he was opening for Old Dominion, and William got to go on the tour bus with and hang out with the band. So it was really fun. And then Breland, I opened for Breland recently, and that was really, really cool. He's become a good friend, someone like a sounding board where I'll send him some of my music, and he's on tour with Shania Twain, and he was the one who was very influential in my move, because yes, everyone's been like, you got to make the move, you got to make the move. But he goes, Kat, he was like, it's major. He goes, look at it this way. I was 25 when I moved. He might be 28 now. At the time, he was 27, and he's on tour with Shania Twain. So it's like, and he's just like, he's like, you have something in you. Like, I can feel that you want this, and you're working hard. He's like, it's time for you to make the move. And I was like, it just stuck with me. You know, it stuck with me for a while. And then I was like, let's do it. Let's go.
Well, here's the thing. Being there, there are a lot of artists that try to pursue their career away from Nashville, and it can be done. But when you're there, the networking is just so important. 100%. I mean, it's just 100 constantly. Everywhere you go, you're just constantly networking until you get the things that are going to work for you. So even though people say it's competitive there, I think anything is competitive. It's just where what you're doing with that, and you have got to talk to people and just get to know people, and
that's like my favorite. That's like my favorite thing to do. Is really just and I don't think about it. It's hard to say networking as much because I try. Like I know that's what it is, and it's. I'm like, I just love meeting people and creating relationships. Like those relationships don't, for me, they don't go away. It's I want to keep those people in my life and have them to lean on and them lean on me, like whatever it is just become friends. And when I was at CRS with you guys, I go, if this is what it is, being in Nashville, this is where I need to be, It's like that kind of thing where it's like all clicked. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's Jelly Roll. Oh my, like obviously that won't be happening like walking down the street because, but still it was just, it was really cool. It was just like you said, it was like, wow, this is, yes, it's competitive. There are a lot of artists here, but if you think of it as like, hey, what is it? Like, we're all wanting the same thing.
But you're all there helping each other too, which is amazing.
Yes.
It's absolutely amazing. Nobody's in competition with each other.
Right.
You're all there. You're all looking for the same career path, but it's just amazing that all the artists want to just do whatever they can to, really, because you're all introducing each other to other people in the industry. So
and that's country music for you. I mean, that's it's really just a huge family, and even the artists are family. Like the ping pong tournament we watched, I was like, we're all best friends. This is so
ping pong tournament. That's another whole story. But go ahead.
No, but that ping pong tournament. I was like, they're all best friends. They all know each other so well. Yeah. This is really cool. I want to be friends with Kane Brown. Like, I want to play ping. It's like I want that.
We're like, sit down. Sit down.
I know. I'm like watching it. Like, I need to be there, but no, it was.
And you do, and you will be.
Yes.
This doesn't happen overnight. How active are you on your social media? Are you doing the TikTok? Are you doing the Insta? How about X? I think it's called X now. So,
I actually was working in marketing and social media for a while in Charleston because I was like, you know what? I got to figure out a way to understand how to do this myself. And you know, I need a day job. So why not do it in something that I need to learn for my own brand? So I worked for a year and a half as social media manager and marketing manager, and I learned so much. And so I heard that someone told me, and this was actually a great thing, pick 2 apps because you can't focus on them all. You know, it's a beast. It'll overwhelm you. You have to also still be able to do what you love, which is probably hard making social media videos. But I'm very active on Instagram and TikTok, and those are both Cat Velasco music. So and then I post on Facebook for, you know, family and friends, and I'll do updates, you know, when I have a chance to, and I'm sitting there. But yeah, I'm pretty active on the apps. It's been fun. It's really been fun. It's become before it was more of like my daily life, and then also, you know, music. But now it's just like music's taken over so much, and it makes me so happy that I think it's been cool to see the feedback of people of like, oh my gosh, you really are taking it by storm. And it's like, well, it's just become my life, and it's just been awesome.
That's your passion. Yeah. That is your passion, and you have got to go with your passion.
Yeah. And you got something to fall back on because your whole family, if I'm not mistaken, being in finance, more or less, you know, you've got that in you, and you've got that to fall back on for whatever reason, or things might get a little tough. You're going to have those ups and downs. You got something to fall back on. So, yeah,
I mean, I have a plan X, Y, Z, but plan A, and what I will strive for is music. And in some way in life, it will always be a part of my life. So, but either way, I'm following my dream, and this is something that I'm just so excited to do.
So you do have a year lease, right? So you know you're there for a year.
I have a 6-month lease.
Okay.
Just in case and this is me just this is just me being a creative of like, oh my gosh, a year. Year sounds, I'm like, it freaks me out. I've never done that in Charleston either. I've only signed 5 to 6 month leases because I'm like, I need a new space, or I want to. And then now I'm like, I'm so tired of moving. You know what I mean? It's like,
you've got to be tired of moving. That is just one of the most daunting things.
My parents like, how are you moving every 5 months? We're not helping you. They're like, we're not helping you anymore. They're like, you have to hire movers now. They finally said that.
Now, you don't have to take furniture. It's a backpack. Like I said, that's all you need.
Exactly.
I mean, all right, maybe you need 2 backpacks, but it's still, you don't have to move a lot of the, you know, you don't have to get a bunch of guys to help you lift the couch.
Right. I'll have my car packed down with cowboy boots. And
I was going to say, so she'll need help with the boots.
Somebody to do a graphic with the big luggage thing on top and the boots hanging out and everything. And there she goes. She's off to Nashville.
And I'll like paint my car going to Nashville.
Nashville or bust. You know how people do that. So I know that'd be hilarious. That would be hilarious. So you're doing really well on socials. That's cool because TikTok plays a big role in a lot of what's going on nowadays when it comes to the music and, you know, the whole genre of country, any genre actually. Right. And it's crazy. It's crazy, but it can be crazy good for you.
It could be. And that's the thing is I choose to look at everything in a positive light. You can look at social media in a negative light. You can watch negative things on social media all day and you can be negative, or you can look at this like, hey, this is another avenue that I can get my music out there for more people to hear it and for more people to relate to and to connect to. So that's a positive. And that is like the beauty of social media. I get to keep up with you guys, I get to keep up with family and friends that are far away. And so I'm trying to look at it all positive, even if, you know, one video gets thousands of likes and one gets 20 views and one like, you know, it's like you keep pushing. And as artists, I think we know how to do that really well. We don't really get our feelings hurt too easily about a couple views. So, yeah, I think once I get to Nashville too, I'm going to have the whole setup like I do here, the light and.
Light and all that. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. That's pretty cool. That's in your mom and dad's house?
Yeah. So this is my mom and dad's house. My mom was a vocal major in college and my dad's been singing forever. So they are big. So I have like the electric drum set. My dad just got that at an auction, this guitar. and then we've got the piano, the mics, and then,
yeah,
the whole setup here. And I actually just recently taught myself how to play piano in the last couple of weeks. So,
oh, wow.
So now I'm writing in a different way, which is really, really cool.
How many pairs of boots do you think you own?
Oh my goodness.
Come on.
Boots, shoes in general, or boots, just like cowboy.
Shoes, boots. So do you have a big closet? You're a pretty fashionable young lady.
I would have a mattress in my closet if it meant that I could have my boots there and my jacket.
I love it.
My boots and my jackets are really the two things.
Oh, that's so funny.
I probably have 17 boots.
Oh, wow, 17 pair.
Have you seen Megan Maroney's recent, like what she's done to her closet recently with her?
All right, I have not, but I've seen her boots. At least the boots she had on at the country radio seminar the night before we had gone out and she was performing.
The green one.
The green ones, yes.
So she was doing like a little thing on social media where she was building her shelves for her boots. And it's like, it's out in her room. And I'm like, I need this. And it's just really cool because she has the coolest boots and she's awesome. But it's cool to have something out there like the boots or the jackets or whatever it is to remind you every day of like, oh my gosh, this is my aesthetic. This is my
closet
out here shared with everyone.
So your closet's got to be very important.
It's pretty important to me. Yes. I would say.
Oh, go ahead.
I would say it's really important.
I have a question coming. That's what I'm leading up to here. So
if
you could switch closets with any other female artist, who would you switch closets with?
Any female artist.
Yeah, they're stylish. They got the boots. They got the. But if you could switch closets with anybody, who would that be? I've never asked that question before.
That's a great question. And I feel like I know the answer and I'm going to say the wrong answer. And I'm really mad at myself for it.
I don't think there's really a wrong answer.
Yeah, I don't think there's a wrong answer. It's just.
Oh my gosh. I mean, Shania Twain has awesome clothes. Who else am I thinking? Dolly. I mean, her boots and I'm sure her wardrobe is incredible. I'm not sure I would really fit into her shirts, but I would try my best. I would probably say right now it's got to be Megan Maroney. I mean, we've got a similar style.
You do.
Taylor Swift, I think. When I got to see her Eras tour, and it was awesome. And she just had the coolest.
Oh, wow.
I got to go. My mom surprised me and my one of my other brothers with tickets. And
it's fantastic, huh?
It was, I mean, I wasn't a huge Swiftie before, but now it's like, don't talk bad about her in front of me. You know what I mean? It's like, don't say a bad thing about her.
She does put on an incredible show. We saw the Red Tour and
oh my God,
I was just amazed. We didn't get to see this one, but it's not just a show. It's just, I don't even know the word.
It's a whole production.
It's not a whole production, pure entertainment, and it's more than a concert. It's an experience.
But Taylor is in everybody's faces right now in a lot of different ways. The relationship with Travis, you've got all that going on. And tonight, of course, on Entertainment Tonight, they have some body language expert there. I don't know if you saw this or not, but about the way they hold hands and how they look at each other and how he touches the curve in her back. And that's a very intimate. It's like, okay, who cares?
Right.
Just leave them alone.
Let them go.
I think about this poor girl, and I think about like, you remember, I don't know, in middle school, if you started dating someone, you dated him for like what, 2 days, and then you were like, oh, like I don't know, like it was just like a middle school, elementary school relationship. Like, oh, it's my boyfriend. I'm like, that has been her life plastered all over the media. Like those small relationships that might have not been that serious, but it seems like she's dated a lot of people. And I'm like, wow, it's really cool. It's different seeing it as an artist and being like, I feel bad that is her life. But I think Taylor Swift's so awesome. Like she's not seen unless she wants to be seen. She's like in that point in her career.
She does it very well. She does it very well. And I can remember, I may have told you this, but I gave Taylor one of her first radio interviews at another country station. She came in with a label rep, came in with her mom, and she must have been 16 or 17 when she was just coming out. And she had the song Tim McGraw. And she sang that in the studio. I still have the thank you card that she sent me. And now I look at her and you know, it's how many years later? It's a whole lot of years later, but still it's just amazing what she has done, what she has accomplished. Smart woman. She's got a great team and she's not stopping, you know, and she deserves to have whatever she's got going. If she can handle it, that's fine. I just worry that it's not too much at times. And who am I to say, but still it gets a little crazy. So
I watched one of her documentaries and she was talking about how she started writing, and she said she kind of like built her entire belief system on just like wanting to be a good person. And that was really, really cool to listen and relate to, because I feel like, you know, I mean, us as artists and people in general, we're people pleasers. We want people to love us and to and we live off the reaction of other people and what they think of our words and our vulnerability, and it's just cool because it's like it's seeing a good person doing really well, and that's always just, I mean, it's just being excited for other people. It's just really cool.
I want a front row seat at the theater when the Cat Velasco,
you know, you will.
Movie comes out. When the movie comes out.
I want my popcorn. And by the way, those popcorn bags, you can actually buy those if you go see the film, but there's being sold on eBay for at least $155.
Are you kidding me?
Container, the bowl, you know, what you buy at the theater, popcorn in. $155 because it's got some Taylor Swift Eras tour. I know. We could have the Cat Velasco.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty awesome.
Popcorn bin.
We need to get one.
We'll work on that.
We'll work on it for
your people, and we'll work on that.
It could be 15 cents right now.
Right. Oh, hey, it works.
It will grow in value.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Absolutely.
It appreciates some time.
So let's a question I always ask is let's give it 5 years. Where do you want to be? It doesn't mean I don't mean it to be a dumb question. I think I know where you want to be, but in your mind, where do you want to be?
In 5 years, I will be 30. I would love to be, I had to think about that question.
Got you thinking.
Yes. I would absolutely love nothing more than to be, I don't know about selling out arenas at that point in my life, but definitely playing really, really big shows to a lot of people who know my music. I think that's definitely something I've had a couple shows where little girls have like known my songs, and that has been, I mean, it's just been, I have chills just saying it. It's just really cool. And like having a line of people like waiting for me to take pictures, and I'm just like, I don't know what I did to deserve this, but this is so cool. So I think in 5 years, just to have that on a larger scale, and just to continue to be putting out music that those little girls love, and they want to wait and talk to me, and I get to go sit with some of them and hang out for a little bit. And yeah, I definitely want my family close. I want you guys there. I want everyone with me that's been there with me from the beginning. And I would just love to just keep doing what I'm doing and hopefully just keep growing.
I just want to be able to sit back and go, there she goes. That's
Yep.
good.
We knew her when.
I want to be I'll be sleeping on the couch when she's walking on the CMA stage on television. No,
you better be there.
No. We're gonna be there. Are you kidding?
Be there.
I'll be there with my walker because it could be just in a few years. I'm just saying, just had a big birthday here in my life. So, hey, but anyways, I think it's pretty cool. Kat, you're awesome. It's so good to catch up.
It's so good to see you guys. I've seriously been so excited for this, and you guys have to come visit me, and I have to come see you. And
you do. We will be talking about getting you up here. So, and definitely get you in front of some listeners, and step at a time. So
yes. And thank you. And you guys are amazing. And I love the both of you very much. And I'm very, very appreciative.
We love you too.
Right back at you. Will you be there this year? Oh no, you're living there. Oh my God, you're living there. Party at Cats. I forgot.
I will be there, but I'll be at CRS as well.
Yeah, Party at Cats. Yeah, we're good.
And I'm making William come back, and I'm making him wear a suit every day, or it won't make sense.
He's gonna wear a suit every day. He was dressed up last time, if I'm not mistaken. He was always the best dressed guy out of the bunch.
And Jeff makes fun of everyone. Jeff is like, if William doesn't wear a suit, he can't come. So William's like, I have to wear a suit every day. And it's like, I think
of course, that's like his signature.
Yeah, I think he thought he was walking into like a finance business meeting, and everybody else is like, we're like, it's okay. You can just cut, it's country music. You can kind of, that's his style, and he rocks it. So we'll be seeing William in a suit in March.
That's pretty exciting, though. That's cool. That's cool. And it's great to have that family backing that you have. Just the support. That support is so important to you. What would be the top 5 most important things in your life right now?
Okay. So my family always, probably my health at the moment, just because I'm moving and I'm making a lot of big changes. So that's super important to me right now. My music, huge, always. Yes. My dog is always number one. And then, I think my optimism, that is one thing that's very, very important to me right now. Just being like optimistic and patient and being like, it's all going to work out and it's all going to be great. And I'm continuously reminded of that when I get to meet and talk with people like you guys. And it just kind of springs me into a positive light of optimism and excitement. So.
Very cool. You've got your priorities straight. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I've been working on it.
Yeah. And just to be patient, because there's going to be a lot of ups and downs, because there will be yeses and there's going to be some nos, and there's I don't have time for you attitudes and stuff like that. But you know what? You just say, okay, you move on to the next.
Move on.
Right.
Move on to the next one.
I've been developing some thick skin, over the years with 3 older brothers. I think.
Imagine with 3 older brothers. You're a girl.
They definitely toughened me up growing up. So hopefully, I can walk into this and just keep my head held high. I mean, I know I have great people behind me. I have my family who's always keeping me grounded, and then friends like y'all and good friends that I've just had for over a decade now. And
I love it.
And so, I'm excited. I'm ready to go. I know it's going to be a road. I know it's not always going to be the best. I'm probably going to cry a lot, but
I'm going to cry listening to you right now.
I have my dog coming with me, so I'm not completely.
That's awesome. Have you sung the national anthem at any sporting events yet?
I did. I sang the national anthem at Credit One Stadium.
Okay.
The tennis open. That was back in March. I think that was right after
CRS.
That was cool because I didn't think it was going to happen. It started raining, and they were like trying to decide if it was going to happen. It was the semifinals. So I think I might be doing a Braves game next season. Fingers crossed.
Oh my gosh! You'll have to let me know.
Baseball, wondering what she would be.
I know. That's why I was thinking. I was keeping you on your toes for a minute. But.
Yes. How about you get in the Nashville Sounds? I mean, you're going to be living there. I mean, be able to get down there and do the national anthem. I mean, it's right there in Music City. So
absolutely, I'm always so honored to do the national anthem. So that's definitely I'm going to put those feelers out right away.
Absolutely. We'll do it. Cat Velasco, your website, catvelascomusic.com.
catvelasco.com. And then you can find me on all my social media, Cat Velasco Music. And then if you just want to Google me, if you just want to make it easy and Google Cat Velasco, I'll pop up and my music will pop up.
Everything pops up.
Yes. So I hope you guys enjoy the new release as much as I do. And I just Thank you guys for having me back. I want to come back. I want to come back every day.
You can come on anytime. It's an open door. And if things get tough, just remember, Skip happens. And it happens.
Yes.
Nothing you can do.
Skip happens.
Skip happens. And remember that next time you do an interview, say, hey, I talked to these guys and Skip happens. Then.
And Skip happens. Yeah.
We love you. And thank you for joining us here tonight, Kat Velasco. And check out the music online. It's got the brand new single that's out there. And, let's help her get moving. Keep going. Yeah. She's a star in the making right there. Yes. That young lady.
I love you both so much. Thank you so much for having me.
Okay.
We'll see you real soon.
Thank you. Hang tight.
Hang tight. Thanks for joining us on Skip Happens here tonight, everybody.
Good night.